Everybody, so welcome back. And we're on our count up to 600 with numbers 231 and 232. And it's a tag team. They did tag team in I think in the UWF and other areas. One would go on to have a jobber to the stars, even just a jobber in general role in WWF back in the early 90s. And so we've got Gary Sarbaugh, which is known as the Italian Stallion, and George South. I went with his WWF jobber more look. Just because I had an extra George Steele body lying around at the time. I've bought more Steele bodies since then to build other guys. But he did have like a red singlet with like some sort of white knee pads, some sort of like black sock thing is what I saw in the jobber match I saw with him. George South, not familiar with him at all. I ended up acquiring an elite version of him through Judd when he was making people and whatnot, because originally I was going to do like an elite custom, UWF section, and I was like, oh, I need this guy. And then I got creative. I just decided, let's use Jake the Snake Roberts torso. It's not too much definition, it's a little bit of chest hair. Switched out the legs to give him trunks. I guess I could paint them like blue or white or something like that, give him that red, white, and blue, because his gear, I think, was red and white and bluish. So I kind of did that as well, and just kind of add the green, I guess. With this guy, again, I just used George Steele, and I had a red singlet lying around. I was originally going to use this for a Boris Zukov, but then we went with the black color on Boris Zukov, as if you've seen the previous videos. So with this one, I just said, you know what, let's just throw the singlet on there and call it good. Not the hardest to do. I had body parts lying around. I had these two elite figures from Judd that I wasn't going to do much with anymore. They're kind of collecting dust. Nice thing was the heads came off, so I was able to take the heads off and put them on these and make myself two guys for the UWF roster. Two guys that will probably never, cold day in hell, have ever seen an actual Mattel release ever. Even like a nostalgic kick, I doubt we're going to see one of these guys. Although, I have been noticing that these third-party companies are picking up guys who, either I've talked about them in the past, or I've shown off my work, and all of a sudden, boom, now we're seeing an Ahmed Johnson figure. That's going to be like in the style of that unsanctioned line. Which, okay, do I keep my ultimate or do I get the unsanctioned Ahmed Johnson? I'm going to probably get it, just to compare it and see and whatnot. And if I like it, then maybe I will switch it up. But I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have butterfly joints, and that's the big thing. And this hobby is a great hobby. I'm enjoying it. Obviously, as I've run out of people to build, it's going to become less and less, and I'll be more focused on other goals in my life. But I mean, like I said, we're still seeing new people here and there, and I've already made my Creed brothers, whereas we saw they were just got scanned on that Motel reveal page, so who knows, maybe I'll swap out the heads, or maybe, the tires will be really cool looking at to build new ones. But here's two guys. If you're a fan of the older school guys, they're not hard to too much to make. Obviously, Jake the Snake's not too expensive. George Steele's not too expensive. Singlets on eBay. The George Steele, use different parts. I think I used Kurt Angle boots for the red. I used Roddy Piper legs with the knee pads and the socks to give George Steele that look. And then, of course, Judd sells both these heads. I think $20 a piece, unpainted. I think more if they're like 32 if they are painted. So, or you can usually find, I think, both of these. Not at Tom's. He did create them, but I think he sells exclusively. Judd sells these exclusively. So that is number 231 and 232. And, of course, check back tomorrow when we go to 233.